All right, so we have run the vehicle for 30 minutes. Actually, it was almost an hour, but whatever. So battery's fully charged. I had all these panels off anyway because I was doing the wiring for everything. So got my OBD2 port open. I didn't need to do this, but I printed out the step-by-step portion of the instructions. They send you a link to a video, which is really nice. They actually have two videos. One if you have your factory radio and one without. I have without, so the instructions, the written instructions are a little different than what we're going to be following, but basically it's pretty much the same thing. The OBD2 programmer comes in a nice little baggie and an empty box. So let me get it out of the bag here and I'll show you what we got. Okay, so the company is OBD Tune. Okay, I don't know if you can read that. I'll put a link in the description for it. Here's their contact information. Can I get that to focus? Let's see if I can get that to focus a little better. There you go. That's the information that you may want to do, but I'll put the link in the description as well. All right, so if you have a countdown on your vehicle with starts remaining, there's already a chip in this. It comes with the chip built. That can't talk today. Comes with a chip that's going to reset that. Now, I don't have any countdown errors right now, but it doesn't say in the instructions to skip this step, so we're going to go ahead and do it anyway. My AdBlue tank is full. That's one of the things you want to make sure that your tank is full. You've charged your battery. Now it says to turn the key into the on position, not start, but on. So basically 2 clicks if you have the key, and 2 button pushes without touching the brake if you have a push button. So what we do is there is a green light. There's a little hole right here. So we'll watch that green light. It's supposed to go out within 2 to 4 minutes. Once that happens, we shut everything off. We restart the van, make sure there's no error codes, go ahead and shut it back off, and then we'll take this apart, and then we will put in the programmed chip, which mine is no scar, whatever the hell that means. It could have a bunch of different letters, they said, depending on which tune you get. I'm leaving my particulate filter in place, just having everything turned off. And then if you need to factory reset, they give you a sim with a factory reset, and then you can just put it all back together. So let's do that. So we're going to go ahead and put the key in. So all the lights are on. We're going to let everything go, turn itself off. Okay, everything's off. Engine light's on because it isn't started. So we will go ahead and plug this in. Let's see if I can do this. And so we have a green light. And it says it's supposed to go for about 2 minutes. I'm not going to record the whole 2 minutes, so I'll come back once it's done. So it hasn't been 2 minutes yet, but I did just notice that there's that little light on there. I don't know what that light means. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, it says 2 to 4 minutes. It should stop blinking. It's been about 30 seconds. I just happened to look up and see that new light, so thought I would make a note of it. Okay, so it was about just under 2 minutes, I would say, but now the light's not blinking anymore. So the next step is to turn the ignition off and remove the plug, and then start the vehicle. All right, so other than the door open, all the lights are off. It's running normally. So next thing we're going to do is pop this apart and put in the next chip. So I'll do that real quick. I can't do it with my hands full with the phone, but I'll show you what it looks like in a second. And this comes apart real easy. I don't know if you can see it, but I just had to stick my fingernail under that edge and it pops right off. So there's the chip, that's what we're looking at. So we're gonna swap. Now, one thing they did say in their instructions was, make sure that when you're all done with this, you put all your chips back where they belong. So this chip needs to go back into your thing, and then your programming chip needs to go back in its bag. That way you don't get them mixed up, because there's no marking on the chips, so just be aware of that. All right, so programming chips in. I put the cover back on just so I wouldn't touch any of the electronics while I'm putting this in and out. The hole only goes one way. Well, I guess it goes two ways, but it doesn't really matter. You want to make sure that the little LED, you can see that, and so it's going to be like so. So that's our no start reset. Now it says basically we're going to start the engine. That's all been cleared. Run the engine for 3 minutes, which I did. Now we swap the SD card. Okay, great. So engine off. Turn on the ignition again, and then we're going to basically just do like we did. Turn the ignition on, wait for all the lights to go off, and then we're going to go ahead and put the programmer back into the car. So, van, whatever you want to call it. Okay, all the lights are off except for the engine light, which is normal. We're going to go ahead and... Oops. Did I put that together backwards? I did, probably. All right, so I got to flip this around because I put it together backwards. All right, so there it is. Green light is on. Like I said, it's going to take about 2 minutes or so, just like the other one. So I will be back shortly. Okay, and as it's programming, little lights are popping on here. Again, the instructions don't say anything about this, so I'm just making notes of it. So yeah, it's doing its little thing. So we'll just let it continue. Okay, so I've been watching it. So the little blinky light turned off, and at the same time it turned off the check engine light and the temperature light. And the temperature light stayed off, but the check engine light came back on. And I checked, and it's still blinking down here. Let's see if it still is. Nope, it has finally stopped blinking. So it has reset. So we will go ahead and turn it off, pull the module, restart it, and there's a possibility that we might get a light. It says if, but I'm pretty sure that it will, but we'll see. All right, so I put my chips back in the bag. I put this all back together, and now let's see what happens. Okay, now it does say if the check engine light appears on the dash, this is normal. Remove this error. Disable the C or SCR block, which is under the driver's seat. So on my van. So the instructions will tell you where it is depending on the year of your van, your make and model. So mine is a 2016, so it's under the driver's seat. I do not currently have a check engine light. But I am going to go ahead and disable the unit anyway, because it's no reason it's supposed to be turned off. So this will just make sure it's turned off. But yeah, it's I just got to slide the seat forward, and I should be able to reach it per what the instructions say. So I'm gonna let this run for a few minutes, because it says you're supposed to let it charge the battery back up. But yeah, seems like it's doing what it's supposed to do. So we'll remove the AdBlue sensor or control module, and we will be done. All right, so no check engine lights, no lights at all other than the door open. I pushed the seat back, and that is my sensor right there. I should be able to reach him without having to take anything else out and unplug it. So once I shut the van off, we'll do that. Okay, So if you've got monkey arms like I do, it might be a little difficult, but you can try to get that to focus. It's not really cooperating. You can reach in there without having to take the seat out. Seats, everything's still in place. You just have to move that little foam card, flip the lever with your finger, and keep pushing it until the plug comes out. Now the module is unplugged and disconnected. I'll put the key back in, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, I didn't have any lights, so I know they say it's normal, but I didn't have any. Still no lights. We'll let it run for a few minutes, and we should be good. All right. So I got my headliner done. Video will probably come next after this one. So yeah. So I don't know. That should solve all my problems. I'm kind of wondering. So I want to leave this module with the van. I just need a good place to store it. The glove compartment doesn't have a shit ton of room, so maybe if I dropped it under the seat with all the other crap, who knows. All right, so, and then this wiring is for my rear view mirror backup camera. I'm going to have to find a spot in here in one of these fuses that I can tap into so I can get power and full-time power and ignition or keyed power. Oops, I should put that there. And then I just got to hook up a ground. So that's why this is all still disconnected. I did get some jumpers so that I could have a little extension, and then I could put 2 fuses in there. That double protects everything. So. All right, so still no lights. So it looks like we're golden. So yeah, this unit was on sale. I paid cash for it. I didn't get any special. Whoops! I keep leaning on this window thing. I didn't get any. I'm not a YouTuber or anything, so I don't get anything for free. I have to pay cash. So it was on sale, just under $1,000. I got. I think they called it the bonus package or the. I can't remember. I'll put the information in the video, but yeah. So they do have other options other than what they have available on the website. You just have to contact them. So if you have deleted all your AdBlue and your particulate filter from underneath the van, and you straight piped it or whatever you got, and you've done the swirl thing for the intake, this does the swirl thing too. It's supposed to pin it open or something. But yeah, so you can get a little bit more power, they said, but in the beginning they said it's not really worth it, because for the gains you're going to get to take that stuff out, they said it's not beneficial at this point. They said when your filter plugs up and you have to replace it, then instead of spending the money on the filter, you can contact them and they can get you another chip, and that will do that. So all in all, easy process, no lights, everything's working. So we'll see how it performs down the road. Currently we're still in the build process of what we're gonna be using. So I got all the screws in the windows now, finally, because I broke so many because they were cheap. It's weird because I bought them from the regular hardware store. So the 2 side windows, I got all the screws in now. So the next thing I need to do is unbolt the wheelchair lift from the back, and we're going to move it over here to the side, and then I will have to run power to it. But that's easy because we already have a power cable that runs all the way down the back, so I can pull the power cable, get it set up to where it needs to be. I'm thinking, because I'm going to use this back section for sleeping, I want to have the bed up at least to my hip, because it's easier for me to help my wife get in and out of bed when it's a little higher. But I'm thinking this space right here where this toolbox is currently sitting, I'm thinking about getting one of those diesel heaters. This is a good spot because it's right above where the factory exhaust is, so it won't matter. And I measured this out, and it seems like it's just big enough for the diesel heater to fit there. So that would be a good place because we'll be sleeping here. And we'll go from there. But yeah, we just need to move this up out of the way. I need to cut, it's kind of hard to see. I need to cut the panel, this one here, to cover up that. And then we're done as far as that part goes. And then it's basically just finding out how to pack everything in here that we're going to need. I do want to put some like overhead shelves down the backside here. So what I've got a couple plans for that. So we'll see. But tomorrow it's supposed to rain, which is funny because it's beautiful today. It's like 76, I think. So, all right. So, I've let it been running. Still no check engine lights. Everything seems to be functioning. So, and I finally got the tags yesterday sorted out. So now we have registration on it, so I won't feel so out of place driving it around. All right, well, thanks for watching. Hopefully, if you're in the market, maybe this will be something you want to do. And apparently they say that, you know, with this setup you can even pass emissions. So we will see. But as soon as I can get the wife out of the hospital, we're leaving California, and we're going to probably register this out of state, either at my mom's or one of her relatives that live in states that don't have the California admission stuff. But I hear that might be coming to an end soon, so who knows. All right, well, thanks for watching. Have a great day.